As you all will come to see, I've got a little congestion in my throat, but this just got to be one of those mornings when I decided that before I go to work, I'd come on here to show a few things. I've got a busy afternoon ahead of me because, like I've been saying, I'm going to Frankfurt after I get off of work because I'm going to try to set things up this afternoon and try to take care of things before the hindering weather comes in over the next few days. And so that's a little thing where we're gonna take care of a little thing or two here, and so I might not be on this afternoon or this evening because I've got so much to do, but do decide that I'll come on here just to kind of show little steps as to what I am doing here. And there's gonna come this little moment where, as you'll see, we finally got the back stitched in between the back of the head and the back of the body, and then there's a few more little places we're going to stitch in here to try to get things in their best of place, like here where we've kind of got the place where the trunk is. We've got another stitch to make through here to kind of make it so we're going to have the trunk in place when we go to sew everything. So one of the next steps is going to be putting on the ears, or the backs of the ears. We've already put the insides of the ears on the body here, but that's going to be a future step we'll take. And so we've kind of got a stitch to put in here, get this in its best place. And I'd say another thing is there's a place where between the trunk and about the place where the mouth goes, we're going to put another little stitch in there, kind of make it so it's going to be a little brighter as work goes by. And so we got to put that in place. And then it wouldn't hurt as we go about it, even though the legs and the belly are already sewn here, put another stitch in this place right here. And I think there's a place where we probably got a stitch undone here, or that was actually a little bit closer between the head and the neck where we probably didn't put one in the first place here. But that is a little thing we're going to take care of next. Try to get all this together in the places where it all just really, really, really needs to be. And so put the, I'd say we already got the thread loose from the needle here, kind of gotta put it a little ways through again and make it so it's going to go right in. Take care of little matters here, best way we can do it. Good thing we are taking our best care of this. There's probably another step we could take right now, which I probably would if this wasn't on video, but it's best to kind of take the video demonstrations little bits at a time, and I'd say try not to make the video too long, which we'd probably be doing if we tried to take care of that all at once. But I'll say that there's a place here where the head and the neck meet, the chin and the neck rather, so that's going to be a place where we're going to put a little bit of extra stitch in there. And soon we're going to have little things taken care of in the best ways we know how. And oh, I say that, I tell you, it's going to get a little harder to manage or settle this in the end, but we're getting a little bit things taken care of the best way we can, and all the things we can do. I'd say we got another little stitchery in there, and one little step I'd like to show is where we are going to sew in the top of the ears to the insides of the ears on the top of the head. So you want to make sure you get the longer piece, the longer triangle in the back of the head, and then there's a place where you kind of get it so that it intersects with the ear on the corner, and put that little extra line in there. You might want to even do maybe both sides of the ear, stitch them, and at the place where we've kind of sewn the inside of the ear on the body, just kind of make a stitch right in there, and then like right here where this flap is, you go through here, and would be a good idea to go ahead and make another little stitch in here as well, and kind of try to get it so it's going to come the way it does, the way it goes. And I say get the little stitch to go through and take it all the way to the end. And so we're going to go to this other side as well, take care of this other ear in here, take the same little step just to go about the process, make it so it's going to be brighter days and brighter nights. And so put the little stitch through here, make it so it's going to stay on easily. Take a little place where on the other side of the little flap you put in another stitch to make it go through and stay in well. And finally we are going to get down to doing that the very way we ought to need to do it. And so this little work, we say it's making its way up to us, and oh, what a brighter day we're going to have here. We might as well go to the front of the ear now, and on each side of the flap put a little stitch. Try to also keep it all together. Try to use the same piece of thread to do each. That way your two stitches on each side will be together and conjoined all by one thread. Once you get it done, I'd say there's a place where we need to take this little bit of thread, put it through the needle, and kind of tie another little knot into it, put the knot back in place so it's going to be in the place where it needs to be. Because sometimes there will be moments that, you know, the needle's going to come off the thread a little bit and come a little loose, you know. And so that's just one thing we're going to see here. It's just little works like this making their ways to us. I hope I've gotten everything right, which I think from what I'm seeing seems like I probably have here. I don't know whether I might have even cut this thing in a place where I shouldn't have, but we've kind of got to where we've got the other end of the stitch to go through the other side. And so this is just the way that it is going to be when we all get through with this and make it so it's going to be a nice piece of work in the end. And so we've got places here where we put the stitchery through, and then we see it's all going to brighten us up and shine its light into our everyday moves, I say. And with this little stitch we've got kind of got here, it's going to make its way around and come right back out. And as for this little place here, there's a way on the other side where, you know, if it comes out where the point is as bad as it probably is in this one, just take care of your little ear, and then kind of got to make sure you know where the end of the point is. But I think we got it right here, so I'd say draw a little stitch through there, put the stitch through, make it so it's going to come out a little better than ever, and then finally we get it in, finally we get it out, we go to the next side, take care of the next little piece of work here, and then make it so the stitchery is going to be nice and easy. And oh, I say a little ways of work, how it's going to come about now. And we just lost the thread again from the needle, so we're going to have to keep doing this over and over again. This is the kind of thing that's just going to happen when you sew by hand, so I fool with it over and over again. I just have the patience to do it. Guess I love it so much that that's why I can keep fooling it with it like I do. And so we've got another little knot to tie here, get the needle back in place, and then try to get it where it's right where it's supposed to go. We kind of got the other end of the point here, so go right through that. Like they say, sew is a needle pulling thread in that song. La, note to follow, sew. It's just kind of thing they do, you know. We learn it from the Sound of Music, don't we? And then we might as well go ahead, take the place where the point ends on the forehead, and go about making this next little place to go where we sew the point end to the outside of the forehead, and then put the little needle through to make it so it's going to be a brighter, easier kind of way to do with things. I say this time in this work, and I say that this little ways of going about things is just the way we're taking things in now. And so this is one of those things where we're going to put the needle through, make it so it's going to stay right on the elephant's head, and finally get it right in the place where it needs to be. So I'd say at this point we've got all the stitchery done that needs to be done, and there's going to be other steps to take next, and we'll take care of those in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.